So the idea of my body, my choice is pretty straightforward, right? It means that on the individual level, ladies should have the autonomy to make the best decisions that they deem best for themselves. So let's see if we can't put that idea to the test, shall we?
My husband is my boss. My husband is number one. If my husband tells me, hey, sit down, I'll sit down. If he tells me you can't go out with your friends today, I'm not going to go out with my friends. If he says, hey, go wash this dish for me, I'm going to go wash the dish for him. I chose this man to be the king of my life, and yes, I agree with everything he says, and I do everything he says. And I did that because I chose this man. I put him in this position of my life, and this is how I honor and take care of and love the man in my life. So I tell women out there, you want a man in your life, you want to be happy, figure out what you would do when you are happy. Because I am happy. My husband does so many great things for me. And I would do that for him. I obey him, I respect him, and I let him be the man that he is. I chose a man that I wanted to follow. I chose someone to lead me, and that's why I will do anything for him. If he tells me jump, I'll jump. If he tells me sit down, I'll sit down. If he tells me go in the room or go up on stage, I will do either or. Anyways, that's a message for everyone out there. Love and cherish the king in your life.
Okay, so she made her choice, right? That's her choice. She chose to have a man that would lead and she would obey him. Now, let's see if this is going to get the same kind of reception for my body, my choice. Is this sarcasm? Now, when you're watching these comments, I want you to kind of guess, is it a gentleman making the comment or is it a young lady making the comment? Continuing. Sis, blink twice if you need us. Not 5.2 thousand people laughing at that. Blink 2 times if you're in trouble. More laughters. She is smiling, but her eyes look like she's in pain. I thought it was just me. Yeah, I saw that too. Same, I thought she was going to turn it around, but it never came. Let's see. Let's take a look at her eyes. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Now, interesting. Now look at those eyes. Take a look at that. The difference. Those eyes right there. Those eyes right there. Which eyes are in pain? Okay, continuing. I don't know how that got there, by the way. I'm reading through these comments and it's apparent as to why 3/4 of you will never be married. Y'all got it all figured out, though. Shaking my head. You think that was a young lady or a young gentleman? Interesting. Continuing. Why are women looked down upon for having this perspective? That would be my body, my choice, right? She's making a choice for her own life because they're not being sentient, full beings, quote unquote, obey. That's not love. That's a domesticated animal that isn't embracing their God-given power. Young lady or young gentleman wrote those. Continuing. This is why she's happy and all these other girls are miserable. Take note, single women. And that got a lot of laughs, but we know the stats. So continuing. She said, obey him. And if he tell her to jump, she will jump. Girl, bye. He is your God when you agree with everything another human does. No identification of her own. The message is love and cherish yourself and know that God values you and we are not beneath a man. Still her choice. Continuing. Is my body and it should be my choice. And the fact that I don't know how this got in there. The fact that it's not my choice is absolutely disgusting. Is it her choice? Is it her choice to do this? Kind of looks that way. Interesting. Continuing. Why is there so much expectations from a woman to ensure her husband feels like a king? A marriage is a partnership. We both should be doing everything possible to make each other happy. Why must a man's needs come before a woman's? Fair enough. Oh, what is this, a partnership? Isn't she married? And she said that she's going to see Lil Wayne regardless of what her husband says. I think she said she would even make him pull the car to the driveway because, quote unquote, I'm the breadwinner. I guess that's a partnership. What's this? Gabrielle Union felt entitled to cheat on her first husband, Chris Howard, because she was the breadwinner, huh? Partnership. I let my husband lead our house, and I respect and listen to him because he's a real man. He does real man things for his family, but sis, you taking it a little too far. I'm still my own woman and have my own opinions. Interesting. This message is not for men doing 50-50 or disrespectful in the household. This is a message for a real king. I can do it for a real king only. That's conditional, right? But I still have the mind of my own. And he must listen to me too. It's a little bit different than, yeah, interesting. Young lady or young gentleman wrote that one. I don't mind treating my husband like a king. But I still have a mind of my own. He's not my boss. My boss is the Omega and the one only God. So to each their own, whatever makes you happy. Oh, what's this doing here? So that said, I want to round this video out by showing you something that is actually a kind of coincidence that Taraji Henson is here, because I want to show you a video that she made a year before this Pink Book Lessons video came out yesterday. So for reference purposes, I want you guys to hear this segment of Taraji Henson's interview. And I think she's 51 at the time of this interview. So I'll let you hear it.
That shift, make that change.
I'm proud of myself. I feel very proud to be able to look in the camera and say, I'm not that strong. Like, I'm fighting for my joy. Every day it's a fight. Every day is I feel like I'm fighting for my life, you know, because I feel like so many people look up and they're counting on me. You know what I mean? I don't feel like no hero.
Okay, so you can kind of hear that she's kind of breaking down, and I think what she's expressing is that she's, you know, let's be honest. I mean, the idea that women, especially black women, have this idea that they need to be strong black women it's got to be a burden, right? I mean, women are not supposed to feel like I have to be strong. Strong is cool when it's an option. Like if you want to be strong today and then take a couple of days off, that's one thing. But when you only have one choice and it's to be strong, that'll wear you down. I mean, it wears guys down when we have only one choice but to work. Like you have to work, and you can tell it's getting to her in this clip. Now I want to play a clip about a year previous to this, and it's from a talk show. So I want you to hear this clip, and I want to contrast the two of these. Okay, so this is an interview on the Kelly Clarkson show about a year previous to the last video, and she's talking about being 51 and how she's kind of wearing it. So I want you to listen to how she kind of describes it.
Saying the sun will come out tomorrow in my kindergarten graduation. I still remember that at 51. But I remember that's when the acting bug bit me.
What?
Yeah.
You're 51?
Yeah, but you know, I think.
Okay, so here she does the raise the roof kind of gesture here. Now I want you to listen to how she talks about how wearing 51.
Don't you applaud that?
Yes, applaud that.
I am offended.
No, you know why? I want to be the representation for women that your sexy it never dies until you're in the box.
Not everybody look.
Okay, so she's basically saying that women should try to be sexy forever, okay?
So I got a 51.
But listen, it's how you feel about. I decided that I wasn't going to allow the world, men, of this industry to dictate how I live my life and how I age. I'm going to turn 50 just like I turned 30, except you know my knees
are a little different.
But you know, I'm not going to buy into my career is over, or life for me is over, or sexy is over, or I shouldn't wear this. I'm going to do what I feel.
If you wouldn't have.
Okay, so you can kind of tell that it's almost like there's I would say that she kind of feels some kind of I wouldn't say pressure, but it's important to her to continue to be sexy, right? And I would just say that I think that I don't want to think of women as they age needing to continue to feel sexy. You can be elegant, you can be dainty, you can be modern, you can be high class, but the idea that women north of 50, 60 feel the need to be sexy it almost feels like an added burden to me. And I'm not going to say that I feel happy or sad about it. I would just think that if I were thinking of my mother and she were in advanced age, north of 60 years old, I would not want her to have any pressure to feel like she needs to continue to be sexy. Because let's be honest, women in their 60s, 70s, they're more valuable for what they know, for their life experience, for the wisdom they can impart than how they look in a bathing suit. And that's wisdom. That's by definition what wisdom is. And I would think that would be more valued, but I don't know. I guess we're going to start seeing a lot of older ladies in dresses and skimpier clothing in the future, because I guess that's the kind of way that the independent lady thing is going. But that said, it's independent women. I hope you guys know what you're doing, because Taraji P, Henson, she's rich and she's going through a crisis. So if you're not rich and you don't have Hollywood money and it's just you and your kids are grown, I don't know. I would say that first lady's advice, I mean, she looked pretty happy to me. That said, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later, guys.